It is a beautiful sunny day. The weather forecast is approximated to be 23 degrees Celsius. Welcome to Global Media. We are talking decolonization in Berlin, Germany. This event is aimed to provide access to information for those who may not have had the opportunity to learn about the ongoing effects of colonization. We are all connected and must acknowledge the role our ancestors have played in our history. By recognizing the past, we may move forward and create a better future for ourselves and future generations. This event is a significant step towards decolonization and building a more equitable society. Welcome to today's event. Stay tuned.
Crazy, crazy world. Crazy Tuesday, insanity for some.
It is resistance stories that empower Africans to believe in themselves. It empowers the black folks to believe in themselves that we have never just been victims, but we have been people who stood up for our rights. Our forefathers have stood up, our ancestors have stood up from time immemorial, and if we are doing any resistance work today, it is just the continuation of what has taken place from before.
So Decolonize Berlin have been mobilizing, doing lobbyism for over decades to get political demand formulated by the civil society of Berlin being heard by the politicians who are the decision makers here in Germany, because Germany is a federal state and each state has its own rules. And in Berlin, the Berliner Senate is the one that decide what needs to be done and how it's going to be done and with how much resources things are going to be implemented.
To decolonize ourselves from the whole idea of Europe itself, when we are in Europe, and the system of being as the only, let's say, I would say Europe because it's as itself now, it's a very it's a country have a continent have a lot of different identity, but it's still behaving very wide in every level of it, So I feel like that's all the other people doesn't exist in this reality. So if you look back to many different, and Germany exactly have this is deeply rooted in the society or the state mind way of how they when you say Germany, it is appear white German, but doesn't appear no one in the image, of it, as it is.
Colonization, the concept of Berlin, has been described as a mixture of various forms of exclusion, injustice, inequalities, whose history goes far to the colonialism of Germany, colonial past of Germany, and round back to the present, where the daily life of billions of people are still being affected.
So I'm taking a break from the real world, but is this
My name is Catherine, and I am originally from Zambia. This is my painting, this is my artwork, and as you can see, I'm still working on it. The way that I was raised, I guess, with the colonial mindset, if I look at this, first thing I'll think it's evil, it's demonic, it's scary, burn it, take it away, holy water, Yeah, but then this is part of what was taken away from us. This is what we did originally. I got this idea of this painting from the masquerades from West Africa, Ivory Coast, West Africa. And from what I learned, this masquerade or the mask, or I don't know if it's the whole thing, it was inspired by a beautiful girl, apparently. Probably one of the stories from back in the day, I think. Yeah, like one of the folk stories or something. And yeah, so it's performed mainly by men, but it was inspired by a woman. I decided to make it for this event, the decolonization event. Yeah, And I think it's reminding us of our African spirituality and art, the way it's combined. That's how I see it.
One of the biggest continuities of the sufferings of colonialism is the identity struggles that Africans struggle with till this very day. Because European Christianity is one of the things they brought to us, and when they brought this, what they did was that they diffused the local belief system.
I personally, as an activist, I understand decolonization of process of restitution, reparation. So I link it to concrete measures. We have to talk about decolonization. Talking about the case of Germany, needs to apologize, firstly, to the people, to the societies, because there used to be societies. Those societies did not pop up just when the European arrived in those spaces, in those geographical spaces, regardless of how we call them nowadays. So Germany has to apologize for that. The country who were involved in colonialism have to apologize for that officially. They have to recognize the damages that they committed. They have to recognize the crimes that they committed. And they have to pay reparation under the condition defined by the people who were affected by it negatively, not under their own conditions. And then they have to restitute the goods, the artifacts that are being kept in the museum.
Your presence and engagement made it a success. Let's continue our journey towards decolonization and spread awareness on its impact. I'm Grace Mwangi.
We were calling flowers off a bedrock. They didn't stand a chance. We spent so many hours on a bouquet. Now everything is sad. We tangled out on dance. I had to switch my stance. I knew it at first glance. We were growing flowers off a bedrock. They didn't stand a chance. If we could go back there, would the place still look the same? Things didn't go as planned.